Cheyenne from New York. He said, "It's Cheyenne Production, man. I met you last night. You gave me a number. Hey, man, you still, up for it? I said, yeah, hell yeah. I'm still nervous. Like, yeah, I'm up for it. Oh my God. So he gave me the information. He said, I'm gonna come pick you up, and we're gonna go pick up Bernie from the airport, and then we leave there and go get something to eat before the show. Bernie, man, and then Bernie, he getting the call, looking at me and looking at the proposal, like asking us, who is this? Like Bernie, like, who this mother is?
What's the worst show you had that you can remember?
The worst show I ever had?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's been years, man. I've been doing this for a long time.
And listen, Piper, you are funny as like no doubt about it.
I appreciate
But
that,
I
man.
think every comic has had a bad show. You know what I'm saying?
I've to be honest, I never had a bad comedy show.
Oh, okay.
I've had a bad show like being in entertainment.
Oh, okay.
And I think I was in Houston, and I was doing almost
Those
like,
are
it was
the
like
worst
a
shows.
it was like a fashion show / they had somebody rapping, and they just mixed this stuff, and it was more like a a variety show. You could say. And I went up, man, and it was like they wasn't trying to hear nothing I was saying. And to me, a good show is a good crowd. And that makes a good show.
Yeah.
And when your crowd is bad and you can identify, then that makes the show bad.
Yeah.
So in this particular event, when I finally went up, it was like they were just looking at me. It was loud. They were talking, and I don't think it was just the jokes wasn't bad. It just they wasn't receptive. They wasn't listening. So that makes the show bad. So to say I've had bad shows, I can honestly say no, because I've tried to avoid those type of events, and I also avoid clubs doing comedy versus comedy clubs. Follow what I'm saying? So I try to, I try to be a little bougie when it comes to and selective on the shows that I get booked for.
You better than me, because I was going in any little hole in the wall.
In the beginning, of course,
You know
we
what I'm
all do that. In comedy, you turn it down, shows. But now, and I'm more established that I can say, hey, no, I'm not interested.
Oh yeah, now
no.
you
Of course, but everybody starts off in a little whatever. But now that you have, you can actually, you in control of the thing that you want to do and things you don't want to do. If I don't want to do it, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good, because every show is not a comedy show, and you can't put comedy anywhere.
right. People don't understand that.
And it's a lot that goes into setting up a comedy show. It's the way it's set up, the stage, the lighting, the sound. All these things have to be taken, in consideration when you putting a show together. A guy put a show together in a daiquiri bar and these hookah lounges and all these different. And nothing against, you make your money, I get it. But when you want to put on a full-fledged show, something that's going to be very nice and productive, and you want the show to look nice, you got to have it in the right spot, man.
I think people don't understand, like, when people are telling stories and jokes, you need people to be paying attention.
Yes.
It can't be no distractions. Can't have a bar.
And a blender going,
you know what I
and
mean?
people running, the stage has to be set up right in the dimensions, and all of that plays a part. So, you putting shows in libraries, they putting shows in coffee shops. Seriously. And I just did a show, man. I was in Ocala, Florida this past weekend.
Ocala?
Ocala.
Okay.
Ocala.
Okay.
I had to fly into Orlando, and I think it's like an hour away from Orlando, hour and a half, in between Gainesville. Little small town. I had heard of it because I was, I used to live in Florida.
Okay.
But anyway, we did a show at the Howard Johnson Hotel.
Hotel. Okay.
Howard Johnson. And they, I was joking about it because I said, I know a housekeeping break room when I see one. And that's where we was at. And they had the little petition going, and it wasn't a stage, it was a floor, and they had chairs set up, and and I'm like, this is not where I always start my joke off, especially if I'm in a place that I'm not unfamiliar with. It's not,
Conducive
the perfect
to comedy.
Yeah, I start off like, okay, my manager asked me, did I want to be in Miami? I said, no, put me in Ocala in the lunchroom with some housekeepers and some stuff on the floor, and they had like a little banner up and a DJ with one speaker. I mean, I don't want to be nowhere else but right here at the Howard Johnson, HJ. They don't have a website at this damn hotel. It's like on the website, it say go to the hotel and book your damn room. You can't book no room on the website here. I mean, that's how bad it was. But actually, I had fun. It was a good crowd.
Yeah.
That made a good show. So, but when you do shows like that, man, it just keep you, humble, and it actually shows that you have the dedication to keep doing this, and it just brings to the forefront that, hey, man, every show is not going to be in a stadium or auditorium again, I took the show because I knew the person that
was
actually.
on.
But if I didn't know them, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm not flying way to Florida to be no Ace J, Howard Johnson. Yeah.
I think the reason why people do that for comedy shows is because it's the cheapest form of entertainment. You know what I mean?
Yes.
To try to
Yes.
book a DJ is so much like logistics that go into DJ.
Yes.
To book like somebody performing is
Yes.
it's a lot.
Yeah, comedy,
Comedy.
just microphone,
Yeah.
DJ, sound.
And
That's
people
it.
would just be like, hey, just throw him up in here. We can put him in his closet.
Exactly. And I'm like, where are we? Why am I doing this? I'm like, where is my career going? Why am I taking these shows? But it was a good show, man. It was pretty cool.
When did you start? When did you start doing comedy?
I started comedy, man. Did you see that interview I did with Kevin Hart? And I told him it was, I think I sent you the link.
The tour of the city?
Heart of the City.
Heart of the City. Excuse me. Yeah, Heart of the City.
So I explained to him, man, and I tell everybody this story that I had. This story about me starting comedy. And it's unusual because most people start off doing open mics or just, talent shows.
Homecomings.
Homecomings. When they first time, they thinking about killing themselves. But that's not my experience. I was stationed. I was in the military, in the Navy for 8 years. Shout out to all my veterans. And I was in Pensacola, Florida. That's where I was stationed at. And at that time, this is 1995, I want to say. And Bernie Mac was getting hot. That's when that Def Jam and all that was going on. And he had did I Ain't Scared of You tour. And he was coming to the city. Now, mind you, I always been a fan of comedy. Grew up listening to Richard Pryor and the Bill Cosby and the Red Foxes, because back then you listened to albums and, things wasn't visual then. It was you listening and your mom and they having a party, you got your ear to the door. But anyway,
Yeah.
So I always grew up, admiring, comedy and always was a fan, just loved to laugh. So, me at the time I was married, on my ex-wife now, but at that time we had bought tickets to go see Bernie Mac. And the show was like on a Saturday. So I ended up going out that Friday night just to go hang out. It's crazy, man. I ended up meeting the promoter of the show. I'm outside hanging around. Back then you hang on your car, how you let drink. I'm just out there outside hanging out. And he was putting flyers on the windshields. And that, feet on the ground back then. Ain't no internet, none of that. You put the flyer in people's hands, put it on their windshield, see when they come out the club or whatever. And me and him just got to talking. We just got to chopping it up, and I had him laughing. So something in my head just told me to ask him, hey, man, who opened it up for Bernie? Because I know he's going to be in town tomorrow. He said, I ain't got nobody open. It's just going to be him and then I guess the radio host, whatever. So here I am. Hey, man, would you mind if I open? Give me 10 minutes, whatever. Now, mind you, I have no comedy experience, no stage, I have never been on a stage telling jokes. It's got to be God, man. It's fate. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. So he said, okay, I'm going to call you tomorrow. Gave him my number, wrote my number down. Ain't no pages. Ain't none of that.
Yeah.
So gave my number. The next day, I never did, at the time, I didn't tell my wife nothing. I didn't tell her nothing what had happened until the next morning. I said, I'm going to tell you what happened to me last night. I met the guy that's promoting this Bernie show. She was like, no, you lying. I said, you're supposed to call me today, but I don't know. So now I'm getting nervous because I think I stuck my foot in my mouth. This guy gonna call me. So, lo and behold, phone ring. I say, hey, what's up? Hey, man, this son, I forget the guy's name. Cheyenne from New York. He said, it's Cheyenne Production, man. I met you last night. You gave me your number. Hey, man, you still, up for it? I said, yeah, hey, yeah. I'm still nervous. Like, yeah, I'm up for it. Oh my God. So he gave me the information. He said, I'm gonna come pick you up. And we're going to go pick up Bernie from the airport, and then we'll leave there and go get something to eat before the show. So I'm like, all right. So he came over in the van, and we go pick up Bernie from the airport, and I'm nervous now. Now it's getting, I said, I came too far, man. I done jumped all the way out here now, so I got to sink or swim. So, man, he pick up Bernie, man, and then Bernie, he get in the car looking at me and looking at the proposal, like, asking us, who is this motherfucker? Like, Bernie, like, who this motherfucker is, so. I'm like, damn, man. I say, damn, but shit, my name is Piper, oh, okay. And he talking to the promoter, man, you tell me how motherfucker on the show. I can be on the motherfucker. But anyway, talking shit, man.
Really talking
That's
like
how you talk to me. I'm going to tell you right now. You better do your own motherfucking joke. Don't be stealing my shit. So he softened it up a little bit, so I feel a little more comfortable around him. So, but real cool guy, man, real cool. So we go eat, and mind you, I can't eat nothing. I'm nervous. I'm just sitting there, man, looking at him, and he had his little crew with him, and had his manager and then promoter. We all sit at the table we eating. So got finished up with dinner. So took him back to the hotel, and I go back home. Now I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna wear. So mind you, I had bought 2 tickets. So now I done got cocky. I told him, well, I said, look. The extra ticket for me, I don't need it because I'm gonna be on the show. She said, I can't believe it. So I said, give a ticket to your girlfriend and y'all can come, whatever. So she did not. At the time, she was doing hair, so she told everybody, oh, my husband's gonna be on the show. He gonna be on the show. All this, whatever. Okay, man. I drive up to the venue, right? I guess about an hour before the show. I drive up to the venue, man. I'm looking. The line is around the corner, bro. We at the Bayfront Auditorium. I know it had to be at least 4,000 people, man. This sucker was jam-packed. Now I'm like, I got to really go out here and deliver. I done stuck my foot. And now I'm like, okay, I got to go through with it. So I go, and they let me in security, whatever. I go in my green room, whatever, have my name in it. I'm thinking, I'm like, wow, this is, I said, what I'm going to do? I don't even know what I'm going to say.
He got you a green room?
Everything. He ain't paying me nothing. He already said, at least he can give me a green room. So I get in the green room, man. So the lady who's hosting the show was the radio personality off the radio. So she came in and had a notepad and was asking me, so, what you been on? I say, horse. I've been on, I don't know what you mean what I've been, and I don't know the lingo. She want to know my credits, so I can bring you out. I need to know what you've done or whatever. So I said, just say, I'm coming, just call my name. That's all I can tell you. Just a new guy coming to the city, I'm from Louisiana or whatever. So I'm green, all this stuff. I don't know. Yeah. All the, the ins and outs about this. Man, look, man. So she came back there, she wrote my name down, and it was just me and him. Now, mind you, Bernie hadn't got there yet. So they come out, all right, 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, Lord, what am I? And the jokes just start coming in my head. They just start coming. I didn't even know what I was going to say. I was just going to go out there and wing it. This is my first time on stage, brother.
Yeah.
I almost sent them to your situation. So they called me up, man, had the spotlight on me. So I almost freeze up. So now I just started talking. Almost like you hold that water hole and you let it go and then it just start coming out. Man, first thing I said was, hey, y'all, thank y'all for coming out. Y'all give it up for Cheyenne Production for bringing Bernie Mac to this little small-ass town, because Pensacola, that's where Pensacola's small town.
Yeah.
So they clapping, we're clapping. I said, don't be acting all bougie because they really want clapping. Y'all don't get black entertainment down here. The last person y'all had down here was black was Charlie Pride. So when I said that, it opened up everything. And everything went from, hey, man, I did like 10 minutes and I was just like talking about stealing food off the buffet. I was talking about getting whippings as a kid. And everything just formatted. Standing ovation. So one lady was trying to heckle me. So I had kind of stuck. I'm just trying to figure it out now how I was rambling.
Yeah.
So she said, hey, and I couldn't see her because the spotlight was in. She said, hey, your ass ain't funny. Get your ass off the stage. So everybody kind of looked back at her. I said, you shut your ass up. The only reason why you here because it's close to the first of the month. So when I said that, and everybody, ooh, your food stamp having ass. I couldn't see her. I said, you probably so fat you got a VCR for a beeper. When I said that, then everybody and I just went off the stage. They, ooh. Now I think I'm a comedian. Yeah. Now I think I'm funny.
You are.
Now I think I'm real funny, right?
Yeah.
So, so this guy called himself being my manager. I done did one show. Not even
Cheyenne?
10 minutes.
You talking about Cheyenne?
No, it was a guy that lived in the city.
Oh, okay.
Cheyenne was just a promoter. He was just doing shows all over.
Okay.
And he was smart because what he was doing was taking Bernie to these smaller cities, markets, and he was selling them out versus, trying to go to Chicago, New York, all the different places. So he was smart. So this guy come up to me and said, man, you were funny, man. I want to manage you. Give me a number. I'm like, okay, yeah, you manage me. Now what the hell am I manage? How in the hell I manage to even meet this clown? But anyway, so he called me and said, man, I'm going to set up a show at this local club. I said, all right, cool. So I done told all my friends, all my church members, y'all come out to the show. Y'all come out. Man, I went out there, man. Them people, it was packed too. They said, that's the guy from Bernie Mac. So I'm living off this. I'm still riding this wave like I'm somebody.
Yeah.
Man, I go in that club, man, I bomb so bad. Al Qaeda was looking for me. I promise you. I'm talking about I was terrible.
Suspicious package.
But suspicious package, not a bomb, but a suspicious powdery substance. I'm talking about gunpowder smelling, firecracker. Man, it was terrible, man. And I had got to the point I was like, I gotta really, because comedy is something that it's a craft.
Yes.
Punchline, stage presence,
Yes.
facial expression, sound,
inflection in voice.
all of that,
Yeah.
movement, and just you gotta have it, and that come with time on the stage. That come with, you have to put yourself in position to like, okay, I'm gonna be on the stage. Tomorrow I'm gonna do the open mics. I'm gonna start really getting out there, and you can't, it's nothing can teach you other than experience. You have to have that experience.